Hello everyone, Edwin here, back again, and today I've got a really special device. I've got the latest device from GTeL. It's called the X6 Plus, and let's do an unboxing. So it comes in a really big box. It's a really healthy box. Now the reason why I love big boxes is they usually have a lot of goodies inside. For example, you have a pair of earphones, a pair of premium earphones, how about that? You have a micro USB cable. Now it's surprising that it's micro USB considering the X4 headed Type-C. Anyways, we also have a manual, user guide. And we also have some stuff to clean the display with. Now there's this tube with a bit of fluid. It comes with the tempered glass right over there. And also a lot of screen protector accessories. There looks like there is a microfiber cloth inside there and some form of a card. So yeah, we also have a warranty card and a clear case, which I really love because of the exciting part where you see the actual color of the phone. Now jumping to the phone, it is the GTeL X6 Plus. And it's an amazing device. Amazing in the sense of the display. Now GTeL with this phone has decided to move with the times. If you noticed in 2017, a lot of phones were coming with taller / narrower displays. Case in point, Samsung and LG. And GTeL has decided to also follow that trend. So if you check it out, you will see this pretty dashing blue color right over there. Now it is a full metal phone. It's got a nice blue color and 4 cameras. But before we jump into the details, let's just show you what's outside of the phone. So right at the top there is nothing. It's completely bare. The right side, there are some buttons. You have the power button, which is nicely textured, so even if it's in your pocket and you're just thumbing through trying to increase the volume and don't accidentally unlock your phone or anything of that sort. On the left side is where you'll find the hybrid SIM slot. Now I say hybrid because you only get either an option of having 2 SIMs in your phone or 1 SIM and a micro SD card. So what happens is one of the SIM slots is a micro SIM and the other one is a nano SIM. So keep that in mind when you are buying this device. On the back, you have 2 cameras, a flash, you have the fingerprint sensor, some GTeL logos, and a bit of text at the bottom. On the bottom, you have the 3.5mm headphone jack, you have a micro USB port, you have the primary microphone, and the loudspeaker. We move on to the front. As I said, the front has this cool 18:9 display, which it's fantastic. Personally, I prefer this because it feels like I can do more with the display. Now the display is HD resolution, so that would be 720 by 1440. It's an LCD IPS display, and yes, for the most part, it is a pretty decent offering. When you check out the UI, it's a pretty flat UI. There is no app menu, so what happens is you swipe from the bottom for all your toggles that include your Wi-Fi, your data, even your screen brightness. You can just find them there. And the top one, which we are used to having all of those things, is reserved for notifications. So that's your WhatsApp, your text messages, your missed calls, you name it. It is running Android 7.0 out of the box with a custom skin on top. The device has some pretty decent specs. You get 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage. Now that is very cool for some fantastic multitasking. So far using the phone, it's been really smooth. I have seen no lag, no stutter. Everything has just been buttery smooth. And it's been really cool even under heavy loads. It has a pretty decent battery. It's 4010 milliamperes. Now we did an endurance test on it. Basically it's multimedia torture. We're talking an hour each of video recording, video streaming, and gaming, and it managed to just get a 42% dent on the battery life from all those tasks. Gaming is pretty smooth thanks to a pretty bumped up GPU. It's using a Mali T880. It's not exactly the best around, but for this display, it's the perfect fit. It's the perfect balance for performance and battery. Speaking of performance, you should have heard the audio on this thing. Now, the audio is really loud. But it doesn't just end there. It's a balanced audio throughout. You have the highs that are well pronounced, the lows that are well pronounced, all from the single speaker at the bottom. And the audio is still impressive. Even if you plug in a pair of headphones, you still get that crisp audio, that balanced audio. There is some healthy bass thanks to max audio tuning that's put into this thing. It's amazing. The audio experience is almost the best that we've seen in a smartphone. And that takes us to the main event. The main event is the cameras. Now, you already know it comes with 4 cameras, right? If you didn't know, the front is a healthy 8 megapixel wide angle camera plus a 20 megapixel portrait camera. And at the rear, you have a 13 megapixel camera and a 5 megapixel camera. Now, here's what they did with these combinations. The back combination is for portrait mode. So what basically that means is you take a photo of something and it puts in this really awesome background blur. So the subject that you're taking a photo of is nice and sharp and well pronounced, and everything behind that person or flower or maize cob or plate of food is completely blurred out. This is fantastic to produce those, those dramatic shots that feel like they've been taken by a professional camera. As well as the front cameras. Now, the front cameras, it's a selfie thing, so you would want really high resolution selfies of yourself, which is why the front has a 20 megapixel selfie camera. It also comes with an LED flash just to illuminate your face in those dark environments. The shots are pretty good. It also comes with an 8 megapixel wide angle camera. Now, this wide angle camera just means you can put more stuff in your picture. So if you want to put a group of family members in that photo, or maybe you want yourself plus a plot of maize behind you in the background, or just you with a fancy landscape. That's what the wide angle camera is for. These cameras are just there for the selfies. Now, the camera does have a lot of toggles, many of them. You have a lot of features scattered everywhere. So just opening the camera, you have a few of some quick selections that you can choose by swiping left and right. These selections include a night mode, a video mode, a face beautify mode, photo, backlight, panorama mode, photo, the list goes on. Now, at the top left corner, there are some boxes there. You click them, you get some really cool presets. So these presets, the usual applications that you would want to use on this phone. And yeah, there's some interesting one like a card scanner for business cards. You have an actual document scanner, a barcode scanner, a translator, everything is in there. Now, you also have the Pro mode, which just basically gives you the ability to control more parts of your photo taking experience. So you can adjust things to your photo to fit what you want your shot to look like. So you have stuff like manual mode, you can adjust your shutter speed, your white balance, your ISO, and your exposure. It gives you like all the basics to just take some professional shots. There are a lot of things in this camera app that are just scattered all over, but somehow these guys pulled it off when it came to making everything easy to access. Now you have the boxes which show grouped functions of what you can do with the camera. These are like camera apps in the camera app. And then you have the settings. Now this is where you can control where you're going to be storing your photos. You can select the quality of the photo. You want to take it in the full resolution or in a slightly smaller resolution. You can even select the video resolution. That's where all the big settings are. And that takes us to the video. Now, it can record up to full HD at 30 frames per second, which is pretty decent. We could have loved more. Now, the video recording experience is pretty decent. The only issue I saw with videos was it lacks optical image stabilization. What optical image stabilization is the stuff that's applied to your camera to keep it steady when you're shooting with your hands so that the video is nice and smooth and has no camera shake. The camera does lack that. The photos are pretty outstanding. So yes, that's all for the GTeL X6 Plus. It's a pretty fantastic device. The new taller display is a welcome addition for me personally. It's gonna be tricky to reach to the top of the display with one hand. It's a 6-inch unit and it should take care of multimedia. Speaking of multimedia, the audio is totally fantastic. Probably the best audio we have found on this device. The battery does not disappoint. You can easily cruise over a day of normal usage with this phone, no problem. And it's a fantastic multimedia device. If you like this video, click like, hit subscribe. If you want to see more of these videos, just hit on the bell icon there and you'll get them as they come. I am Edwin. I have had so much fun reviewing this phone. Catch you on the next one.